Obiano SARS CSP James Nwafor says former aide will be prosecuted. That's a police officer. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano on Thursday said he has sacked James Nwafor as Senior Special Assistant on Security. You know the notorious Okuzu SARS man. Obiano announced the sacking when he spoke with protesters who were protesting against police brutality near SARS Okuzu in Anambra State. James Nwafor, former OC SARS in Anambra State, is sacked and will be prosecuted, Obiano said, while lending his voice in solidarity to nationwide protests against brutality, harassment, extortion, and extrajudicial killing of Nigerians by police personnel. And this is how he said it. He said, "Today I join youths of our dear state to say end police brutality, and I support them because they did not only vote and defend their votes in my 21/21 victory, but all their requests are genuine and germane, and I oblige to honor them all. I felt honored being in the midst to share in their feelings, and I made it clear that federal government has disbanded SARS, but I'll personally visit all SARS offices in Anambra State to ensure that anyone being held is released immediately." Now, there is a Chinua Achebe's quote, which is currently circulating on the social media due to what is happening in Nigeria. Chinua Achebe is regarded as the father of African literature. He was born in the eastern part of Nigeria, an Igbo, specifically the Igbos, like we said. He was fascinated with world religions and traditional African cultures and began writing stories as a university student. His talent and skills in literature gained him worldwide attention for his novel Things Fall Apart in the late 1950s. His late novels include No Longer at Ease, 1960, Arrow of God, 1964, A Man of the People, 1966, and Antilles of the Savannah, 1987. Chinua Achebe was a firm supporter of independence of Biafra, but he was unsuccessful in that regard. He focused his novel on traditions of Igbo society, the effect of Christian influences, and the clash of Western and traditional African values during and after the colonial era. His style relies heavily on the Igbo oral tradition and combines straightforward narration with representations of folk stories, proverbs, and oratory. Recently, one of his quotes circulated the social media. The quote seemingly describes the problem of Nigeria. Here is the quote. Now, here is an exclusive news. Mamman Daura, Buhari's powerful nephew, in critical condition in UK. Yes, top government official disclosed that the 80-year-old had seen his health dip in recent days, raising fears among family members and close associates of, including President Buhari, who often relies on his ideas to rule the country and make certain decisions. Mamman Daura is a nephew of President Buhari and is currently in a critical condition in United Kingdom. According to a top government official, the 80-year-old his health is deteriorating, and this happened in recent days, raising fears among family members. Even President Buhari is worried that this man, who had given him advice on how to rule Nigeria, on how to take certain decisions, is near what he was in a good shape in London. He's not been back since the time he was flown there. There is a serious concern around his health. There were rumors that he was even dead. It was in August that Sahara reporters revealed how Daura was flown to United Kingdom for urgent medical treatment, but his ailment was not disclosed. He was flown in a private jet to UK after he showed some respiratory difficulties, and the symptoms was close to coronavirus. And he is said to have a history of renal crisis and had regularly visited the West for medical attention. And despite this revelation, the presidency claimed that the man who was a former journalist is okay. He's just in a leisure time in the UK. In September, that's 2020, this year, Daura was unable to attend the wedding of Hanan, President Buhari's daughter, due to his poor health, despite being scheduled to be the father of the day for that occasion. The absence of Daura at the event remained a major talking point among major political players, especially considering his closeness to the president.
The president said it didn't make sense that fuel sold for less in Nigeria than it's sold for in Saudi Arabia. I agree with him completely. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that I do not have the same standard of living as Saudi Arabia. It does not make sense that I do not have the kind of hospitals that they have. It does not make sense that I do not have any school in my country that is government owned that can be equated to any school in Saudi Arabia. It does not make sense that the leaders of Saudi Arabia do not come to Nigeria for medical tourism. It does not make sense that the police in my country kills young people and harasses them instead of protecting them. It does not make sense that the water that runs from my tap is from borehole and not from government water supplies. Yet I have Ministry of Water Resources. It does not make sense that I do not have any good roads, and yet I have Ministry of Works and I have road maintenance. It does not make sense that everything about me is ad hoc. It does not make sense that there is no security of jobs, there's no security of life. It does not make sense that the indices of poverty starts with my nation. It does not make sense. I agree with you that a lot does not make sense. And that's why we're here, because we want to make some sense. I don't want to make common sense because the first point of common sense is my constitution, and my constitution is a fraud. It just does not make sense. It starts with we the people, and yet there is no content of the people in my constitution. My constitution makes no sense. It makes no sense that the people who vote and those who count are different. It makes no sense that I do not have any leadership. It makes no sense. That's why we're here.
It makes no sense.
The nation is in our hands, and we're trying to make sense out of this senselessness. Don't stay at home. Join us. Let's make sense. Because the only way this will make sense to you is that you are without sense. It will make sense if you have no sense. This is not common sense. This is not privileged sense. This is natural God-given sense. Let's make sense out of Nigeria. It is ours.
Thank you, Mama.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.